guys, welcome to my channel. My name is Rose. If this is your first time here, welcome. And if not, welcome back. So keeping with my teaching theme, I want to do my updated brow routine. It hasn't changed much from what I used prior, but you guys have been asking for it. And really and truly, I owe my brows to TORY LYNN at Kelly Baker Brows. She reshaped them back in October, and I need to go back. So I was even thinking about filming another one after I come back, but she is the bomb. If you guys are in LA, look her up. I'll have her Instagram below so you guys can check her out. But for right now, let's hop in and see how I get on this spassiness right here. Keep on watching. Okay, let's go ahead and get started. First of all, your girl ain't had her brows checked on since October, but I've been trying to maintain on myself. All right, so I brush all the hair up the way that it naturally grows. And you can use any spoolie, but the brush that I'm using right now is an Anastasia number 12. Just make sure everything's brushed the correct way. See, you see? And I have no makeup on my forehead whatsoever. Yes, the rest of my face is done, but I left this a blank canvas because we don't want any foundation to get in our hair or even around here, and you don't even want primers around your brows. You want your brow hair and the skin around here to be as dry as possible. Because if it's not dry, then all of the products you're about to put on are going to slide, and you're going to lose that really nice fluffy effect. All right guys, I'm going to use this shade right here. This is Taupe. You do not need this big thing. This was sent to me years ago and it's very sentimental. It's sent to me by Anastasia. So I don't really use any of the other shades. I only use Taupe. Again, brush everything up. We'll start from here. We'll just say this is where we're going. Okay, everything we have is brushed up. I'm going to start underneath, but what I'm doing is I'm pushing the brow powder into the brow, and I start at the bottom. Notice I'm not drawing a line underneath my brow, and I'm really just trying to fill in sparser areas. So we'll fill in right here. And this is kind of just going to lay down some groundwork. And I feel like powder makes it to where your brow stays fluffier. So then I'll kind of just brush these to the side, and I see there's a patch here. By now I kind of know my little bald spots. I fight them every single day. I'm just going to push it in here. I'm not brushing my brows all the way down. Can we talk to someone and explain to me why my skin is peeling right there? Thank you. Be gone. Okay, then we're going to brush them back up. And now that we're brushing them back up, I'm already seeing another sparse area. So the more you move them around and you keep them brushed up, you're going to see the areas that need to work. Okay, if you haven't noticed, I haven't touched the front part. We'll come back to that later, but that's where we want it to be the absolute softest. So I kind of just take whatever's over here and just brush it over through here. You'd be surprised how much color is still getting over there. So now we're going to start to work on the tail end of the brow, still using the same brush and the brow powder. I'm going to take this and I'm going to round it out because this needs hair. For some reason, something went wild in my life and it didn't grow hair there. I've actually never overplucked my brows. But as you can see, the brow hair does hide it if you brush everything up. So I'm still seeing some sparseness. We'll draw the actual tail in a minute with a brow pencil. But for right now, we're just like laying down our base. So we're going to take that to about right there. I will brush these down a little more. See that? See, you would be able to see that. But notice I didn't do that through the other part of my brow because it is more full and we don't need it there. The key to just fluffy, pretty brows is to use the bare minimum only where you need it. Because so quickly we can overfill our brows and it becomes a nightmare. I've been a victim. All right, we're getting somewhere right now. It's looking good. I'm gonna just tap a little bit more powder through here and we're almost to the next step. All right guys, I'm going to use my Anastasia Brow Wiz in medium brown. Hang on, I need to make sure. Okay, sorry, go take two. All right guys, I'm gonna use my Anastasia Brow Wiz in the shade medium brown. And notice that whenever I go into my brow, I kind of start right here in the middle of it. Now we're just gonna draw a little bit more of a defined line underneath. And for the tail, get rid of whatever that horrendousness was. And just start to pull this through. This is gonna help our definition. And I'm gonna take this to the balder spots that just needed more. Notice I'm not even gonna touch through here. I'm not touching here. And here's some baldness. It's really about filling in exactly where you need it. And then always, always brushing back through. And then up here, I see some more that needs to be filled in. I also see some waxing that needs done. Where is my girl, TORY LYNN? I need to go to California immediately. And then right back through here. And then I'm gonna push the hair this way and just make sure it's nice and defined right through there. Perfect. Brush everything back up and step back and look at your work and make sure we don't have any wild bald spots. So then I take a concealer very close to my skin tone. I'm going to use my shade Gypsum here from Kylie Cosmetics. And I'm not saying that I'm carving out the brow. I'm not a big brow carver. But what I am doing is just cleaning up underneath here, because I'm not really reshaping them. I'm just kind of cleaning, making sure it's nice and defined, but not carved out. See, I haven't finished my forehead because I use my foundation to kind of go around the top part of my brows. That way it doesn't look carved at all. It just looks really nice and melted in. But for right now, I just take a flat concealer brush and just kind of clean up underneath here and make sure that the arch is where it needs to be. Yeah, just like that. It's so dirty up here. This is a nightmare. Who did this? Whose idea was this? God, I need to get my brows done. So I'm thinking this whole brow tutorial, why did I do this to myself? But this just shows you, you can do this, I promise. And then we're gonna brush them one more time. I'm always brushing to see what they're doing, because this is how they're gonna sit in just a minute. You just wanna brush them, and you wanna be like, what are you doing? And it's gonna be like, oh, you know, nothing, just trying to go all the way over to the side of your forehead. And you're like, no. This is actually one of my favorite brushes for detail work. This is an Anastasia number 20. It's a really good time. So usually, I'll have my foundation out for this. So I'm gonna go ahead and hop over to there, but this is where we're at for right now. So now I'm gonna go ahead and put foundation all over my forehead with my Smith 151. I'm wearing the Lancome today. Like I said, I had nothing, so this is gonna match. We also had to put concealer in the center. And then I'm gonna grab my, what is that noise? I hear noise. This is my favorite brush for detailing around your brows. This is a Sigma P84. I'm gonna show you guys. Look at that. Let me get my little detail brush, pick up some. I'm gonna pop this right through here. I'm using the smallest amount when I do this, guys, so don't be getting spicy wild. I know I did it first, but you will mess it up. So just pop this around your brows. Notice it's not carving it out, but it's making sure that we don't have a white line between our brow and our foundation. Because above my brows is always gonna be wider because your girl be exfoliating, and for some reason right now my eyebrow is trying to exfoliate off right here and it's trying to relocate. The skin is, not the hair, thank God. You can even go around here, make sure it's all melted, and get ready for the soap. All right, guys, you guys see this little guy? This little guy right here, he's a good time. This is the Urban Decay Brow Blade in the shade Brown Sugar, and what I like to do, I'm talking the smallest little strokes ever right here in the front. See that guy here, he went too wild, but that's why I love it. You can kind of push it around. Boom, crisis averted. You have to use an extremely light hand, but if you do mess up, you have a little bit of time to wipe it off. What are you trying to do? Put my eyebrow out?
You got a little speck up there.
Oh, I know, he's there. I kind of go with a little haphazard. I'm showing him something. You kind of just get a little wild, and then you just go through and wipe it where you need it. But normally I'm not at these little strange angles. Like I'm all, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God, the respect. And then I kind of tap over it with my finger first. This makes it look a little more believable. And then I grab just our concealer brush again.
I see.
And then you just kind of just get them back under control. But you don't want them to look too under control because, I mean, it's brow hair.
Brow hair's out of control.
Well, mine are. Yours might not be. I'm real jealous. Don't send me pictures. I want to talk about it. But mine are. Boom. And then if you want, you can just throw some through here just to make sure that it's all filled in. We're gonna grab our L'Occitane clear soap. I got this one at a hotel. As long as you have a clear soap, and clear soap is going to look kind of yellowy, but it's gonna go on clear on your eyebrows. You can't use like a white bar of soap or a red bar of soap. Make sure it's clear, and by clear, it's gonna have a little bit of a yellow tint. They do have a brand on Instagram called @SoapBrows. I've never used it, but if you guys wanna check it out, you can. But this one right here just does just fine. You can use water, you don't have to use a setting spray. I did because I'm at a studio and the sink is way too far away. So you can just grab a spray or two of your setting spray, go over this with your spoolie, any spoolie. You guys have a spoolie laying around. Now we're just gonna start to pull the soap through here. And when we do this, we might discover a few little naked patches, but that's okay because that's why we have brow powder to come in and fix everything. Don't be afraid of little pieces of soap. We can come back and get that later. Just worry about working this through your brow and making sure it's standing up really pretty and really fluffy. This makes such a difference, you guys. So soap acts like a really soft and very taming brow gel. No brow gel can make my brows stand up quite like soap can. And now I'm gonna just bend my spoolie a little bit the other way. There we go. That way the soap is still touching on here. There we go. Let's push it through. Step back and look at it. I'm gonna grab my flat brush again, because when you do this, obviously product is gonna move up a little bit. Don't worry about it. Just wipe it right off with the Anastasia number 20 brush, and then make sure we get it here. And I'm gonna take this clean spoolie that's on the other side, push it through. I have no soap on this one. I'm kind of just combing back through. And then I'll kind of make these lay down this way, but make sure that my ones in the front are always standing up and we don't have any soap residue. That is real cute. And then for the very last step, I mean, you can kind of see where the light's hitting, but right where the light is hitting, we're gonna put a little bit of illuminator. Ooh, that brow does look pretty good. Look at that, it's gonna clean it up and really lift the brow. You can see the difference. Happy brow, sad brow. Happy brow, sad brow. And remember, your brows does not twins. Sometimes mine are cousins, and that's okay. Today they're like decent sisters. This one's always more arched than this one, but that's just the way our brows grow, and that's okay. Don't be striving for perfection. Just strive for them to look nice and clean and fluffy. And that's how I do my brows. Mainly it's soap. And don't worry, if you get wet, I promise it won't drip in your eye and burn your eye. I feel like you guys have asked me that before, and I've chuckled so hard. No, that does not happen. No, it does not mess with your brow hair. No, your brows will not fall out. I promise it's just the best technique, and it just makes them super fluffy and super spicy. And that's what we're going for. Everything's super spicy. All right, guys, thank you guys so much for watching. I love you all. Let me know what to do next, because I'm clueless. I'm running out of things to teach about. All right, let me know in the comments below. I love y'all. See you next time.